Okay, on Saturday afternoon, the Polk County Sheriff's Office received a phone call from a deer hunter who was out working on, they were working at the deer lease and getting ready for deer season. In the process of mowing some fields, they came across some marijuana plants and called us, and subsequently we went out, conducted an investigation, and in our investigation we found where, as of right now, our count, we started with 9 fields this morning, and with a count of 44,544 marijuana plants that have been recovered at this time. The helicopter has just contacted us and said that they've located 4 more large fields. So we're in the process now of trying to get officers to those fields so that we can go ahead and recover those marijuana plants. It's actually, we've got about 12 different agencies being represented here today, around 72 law enforcement officers from federal to state and local law enforcement agencies who are assisting us in this operation, and certainly it's turned out that everything is working well. Again, this is a situation where a private citizen was being observant and calling in to law enforcement that this all unfolded from. At this time, there have been no arrests. When we arrived here on Saturday afternoon, we can tell that they were here not long before we arrived. There were still some items that led us to believe that they left not long before we made it here. But we have taken, there were a couple of campsites that we found here on site that we processed, and we'll be fingerprinting and trying to get some identifications on subjects who may have been here. We have DPS agents, from narcotics agents, from Bryan College Station, Houston, Texas, Lufkin. We have some federal agencies that are here. DPS, Texas Department of Corrections is here, as well as their OIG. We have DPS helicopter, as well as a fixed-wing airplane that's above, that's flying over, helping us locate. The way this is shaping up, we will surpass the last marijuana grow that was found here in Polk County. The property right now is being leased by a private citizen who leases it for a deer camp. At this time, not really wanting to release any names on the subject of who's leasing the property, but at a later date, with his permission, then we'll be releasing that information. No, there's nothing here that we found on site that would lead us to believe that the deer lease owner is involved in this in any kind of way. They have been very cooperative and assisting us with our investigation. In fact, the persons who were here, who were cultivating this grow, it's pretty obvious that these are going to be folks who are not residents of Polk County, because they were living here on site. Pretty elaborate campsites that they have. So we feel assured that the land leaser is not involved in this. It's not an unusual event. It's becoming more and more prevalent, but these guys are spreading out throughout East Texas. From all the intel that we've been able to find out, it's a lot cheaper to grow the marijuana here in the United States than it is to grow it elsewhere and have it shipped in or carried across the border. These guys come in and they've set up elaborate campsites, and they try to get close along these different river banks and creeks so they have a water supply. They set up their grows, they make their grows, and you have to think about this, is that this is probably one of many that has gone undetected, and it's just not a Polk County issue. This is something it's all over East Texas. Lots of counties are experiencing the same thing. At this time, no, because they're going to be smaller plants. These were young plants. Now the other fields that they found over there are going to be older plants, are going to be a lot taller. So the values, you know, on where they are in street value because of whether or not the usability at this point.